Have you ever walked into the kitchen for one tiny snack and somehow ended up with an empty bag, a full stomach, and your brain whispering, "What else we got?" 1 minute the brain says, "Just one bite." 4 minutes later the hand is digging for crumbs like there's buried treasure in there. But here's the wild part. This may not mean you're weak. It may mean your brain is being tricked. Because ultra-processed foods are not just made to taste good. Many are designed to hit the brain fast, keep cravings alive, and make stopping feel way harder than it should. So, in this video, we're breaking down why junk food can feel impossible to quit, why shame makes cravings worse, and how to take back control without turning life into a sad salad prison. Because once the brain understands the trick gets weaker. Picture this. It's late at night. The house is quiet. Sonny walks into the kitchen for water. Just water. A normal adult mission. But then the fridge light turns on like the gates of snack heaven. There's a leftover pizza. There's ice cream. There's cookies on the counter like they have been waiting all day. And suddenly the brain changes the plan. The brain says, "Water is good, but what about eating cereal out of a mixing bowl?" This is where most people start blaming themselves. I have no discipline. I always mess up. I can't control myself. But cravings are not always a character flaw. Sometimes the brain is responding exactly how it was trained to respond. Ultra-processed foods are built to be fast, easy, tasty, and repeatable. Soft, salty, sweet, crunchy. Ready right now. No chopping, no cooking, no waiting. The brain loves that, because the brain is not thinking, how can this body reach long-term wellness? The brain is thinking, fast reward? Wonderful. Put it directly into the face. The brain is ancient. It was built to survive. So when it finds food that is easy, calorie-dense, and highly rewarding, it pays attention. That made sense when humans were searching for food in nature, but now the rare reward is sitting in the pantry wearing a cartoon tiger on the box. The brain did not evolve for unlimited snacks. The brain evolved for survival. And now survival has a drive-through. So why is it so easy to eat more than planned? Because ultra-processed food often skips the normal slowdown signals. A whole food usually makes the body work a little. An apple takes chewing. A potato has fiber and water. A home-cooked meal has texture and volume. But many processed snacks go down fast. Easy to chew, easy to swallow, easy to keep eating. The body does not always get enough time to say, "Hey buddy, we're good." By the time that message arrives, the brain is already halfway through the bag saying, "Signal weak, continue the mission." This is why just have one can feel like a trap. One chip is not the problem. The problem is that one chip often wakes up the snack committee inside the brain. And that committee has terrible leadership. The brain says, "One more." Then, "Okay, last one." Then, "That one was broken, so it doesn't count." Then, "Finish the bag so it is not in the house anymore." That is not logic, that is snack math. And snack math should never be trusted. That's why the better question is not always, how do I build more willpower? The better question is, why am I putting willpower in a boxing ring with food designed to win? Willpower is not useless, but willpower gets tired. After a full day of work, stress, kids, bills, traffic, and emails. Willpower is wearing flip-flops and holding a tiny plastic sword. It's not ready to fight a glowing bag of nacho chips at 10:47 p.m. So the goal is not to become a perfect food monk. The goal is to stop making every snack choice a dramatic final boss battle. Now here's the brain part. The brain has a reward system. When something feels good, the brain pays attention so it can repeat it. That is useful for food, connection, rest, progress, and safety. But ultra-processed food can press the reward button hard. Fat plus sugar, salt plus crunch, sweet plus creamy, soft plus fast. The brain lights up and says, "This will make me feel better." That is how the craving loop starts. Cue, craving, action, reward. Stress becomes the cue, cookies become the action, comfort becomes the reward. Then tomorrow when stress comes back, the brain pulls up the same file. Last time cookies helped for 6 minutes. Recommend cookies again. The brain is not evil, it's just trying to help. The problem is it's using outdated software, like a GPS that keeps driving into a lake because one time in 2008 there was a bridge there. Food gives quick relief, not deep relief. Just tiny blanket over the alarm bell kind of relief. Then guilt creates stress. Stress creates cravings. Snack, shame, snack. That loop is exhausting. And sometimes food is just a tool the brain uses to handle a feeling it does not know how to process. Here's where most advice goes wrong. It tells people, just stop. Very helpful. That's like telling a person with a flat tire, just drive normal. When someone struggles with cravings, shame usually enters fast. What's wrong with me? Why did this happen again? Why can't I be normal? But shame does not create control. Shame creates pressure. And pressure makes the brain look for comfort. So now the person is not only craving food, they're craving relief from feeling bad about craving food. That's a double trap. The first step is not punishment. The first step is noticing. Noticing means saying, this is a craving. This is a brain signal. This is not proof that I am broken. This is a pattern that can be changed. That tiny pause matters, because the moment a person names the craving, they create space between the signal and the action. You don't need to yell, I'm a failure. You can say, the snack goblin has arrived. And that changes the energy, because now it's not your identity. It is a visitor, an annoying visitor, a visitor wearing crumbs on its shirt, but still just a visitor. And visitors do not get to run the house. Now comes the simple framework. 3 steps. Notice it, name it, change the setup. Step 1, notice it. Most cravings feel automatic because people do not catch the beginning. They only notice when they are already holding the food. So start earlier. Is it stress? Boredom? Being tired? The couch? Nighttime? Scrolling on the phone? Walking past the pantry? For many people, the craving is not random. It has a schedule. The brain is basically sending calendar invites. 9:32 p.m. Feel empty inside and search for crunchy objects. When the pattern becomes visible, it becomes easier to change. Step 2, name it. Don't say, I need this. Say, this is a craving. Don't say, I have no control. Say, my brain wants fast comfort. That language matters. Self-talk is the instruction voice inside the mind. If that voice keeps saying, you always fail, the brain feels defeated before the choice even starts. But if the voice says, pause, this is a craving, it will rise and fall. The body gets a chance to calm down. Step 3, change the setup. This is the big one. Do not fight the snack monster in its own house. Move the monster. If a food is extremely hard to stop eating, do not keep it in the easiest place possible. That's not discipline, that is emotional parkour. Put tempting foods out of sight. Buy smaller portions. Do not eat straight from the bag. Make the better choice easier. Put water, fruit, protein, or simple meals where they are easy to grab. The brain follows the path of least resistance, so build a better path. A person does not need to win a willpower war every night. They need fewer wars. Fewer cues mean fewer cravings. Fewer cravings means fewer battles. And fewer battles means more peace. Now here's the part nobody likes to say. Trying to eat perfectly can backfire. Because the second someone says, never again, the brain hears, emergency, scarcity, eat it now before the sad diet begins Monday. That's why extreme rules often lead to extreme rebounds. The mind does not like feeling trapped. So instead of never, think less automatic. The goal is not to never eat chips again. The goal is to stop chips from driving the car. There's a big difference. A person can enjoy a snack on purpose, sitting down, using a bowl, tasting it, choosing it. That's different from standing in the kitchen eating like a raccoon. One is a choice, the other is a trance. The goal is to wake up from the trance. Instead of, I already messed up, so who cares? Try, one choice does not own the rest of the day. Instead of, I have no discipline. Try, my environment needs better design. Instead of, I need comfort. Try, what kind of comfort does this body actually need? Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's sleep. Sometimes it's a walk, sometimes it's water. Sometimes it's 5 minutes away from humans because the nervous system has filed a formal complaint. That does not mean snacks are evil, it means snacks should not be the only tool in the emotional toolbox. Because if the only tool is cookies, every problem starts looking like dessert. So, what's really happening? Ultra-processed foods can hijack the brain by being fast, rewarding, easy to overeat, and tied to emotional relief. That's why cravings feel powerful. Not because the person is weak, because the brain is doing what brains do. It seeks reward, avoids pain, repeats patterns, follows cues. But once this is understood, the game changes. Instead of, what's wrong with me? Ask, what is triggering this pattern? Instead of, I need stronger willpower, ask, how can I make the better choice easier? Instead of, I failed, say, that was one signal, one choice, one moment, reset. That is real power. The brain may get tricked, but it can also learn. New cues, new routines, new rewards, new self-talk. The goal is not to hate food. The goal is to wake up. Once the brain sees the trap loses power. Food becomes food again. Not a controller, not a judge, just food. So next time the craving hits, remember, notice it, name it, change the setup. That's how the brain gets its power back. Not by fighting every craving like a superhero, just by pausing long enough to choose. One small choice at a time, the cravings get quieter, your control gets stronger, and your brain remembers who is really driving. That is when junk food loses its magic trick.